Much to the surprise of everyone, on April 1st, Adult Swim streamed the first episode of Season 3 of Rick and Morty. Nobody believed this was going to happen. It was such a big shock. We've been getting bad shit all day because of the April 1st thing. And when Adult Swim said, no, we're actually streaming it, just watch the link, it shocked me, it shocked everyone. But we got our first look at the next season of Rick and Morty, the first full episode. It was a good episode, I gotta say. I watched the full thing. It really shocked me that they were going to air this so early, and so we're just going to quickly talk about it. So, the whole thing about this episode was, is Rick telling the truth, or is he lying about everything that he's done in his life? Why did he build the gun? Where is he trying to go? I really like that we start off inside of his head, and we're seeing, that he's in a Shoney's, but we're in a simulation. I think it's really funny. Rick is such a complex character that it's hard to just talk about him without thinking, there's so much more going on. Is he telling the truth all the time, or is he lying? He's a really vulnerable person, but he's really emotional. And then when we see, he's talking to the family, and we see Jerry fold up, then we got the voice of Nathan Fillion as one of the bugs coming in, talking to him, saying, they hired me in order to get the information out of you to do the gun. And then we get a really cool scene, I think, where it really shows who Rick is as a person. And we see, when he's working on the gun originally, he's got these kooky ideas, and the future Rick comes up and shows him, here's how we build the gun. You're going to do something good here. You're going to be smart. You're going to be important. But the Rick of that world, is that the actual Rick that we know and love now, just in the past? I don't know. It's complicated. And we see, he doesn't want to build the gun. He doesn't want to be part of, this big thing. He's like, maybe this isn't for me. So that other Rick leaves. His wife comes in. And then they're talking, and that Rick is like, I don't think I'm going to be a scientist. There's too much kooky stuff going on here. Then they decide to go for ice cream. But before they leave, they get blown up. The Beth of that world, Rick's wife of that world, they get blown up. That Rick is devastated. He gets the formula to build the gun. He builds it. He travels to another dimension to go hunt down that Rick. And I think that I think is the Rick we're seeing in our time. I think that's the actual Rick that we followed for so long. But I could be mistaken. There's so much going on in this show, all these different things. What I really liked was seeing that Summer was the one that wanted to actually go find Rick and fix the world because she didn't like how it was. I really think that makes sense. I mean, I could see it being Morty, but it wouldn't be so as impactful or important as it was Morty because Morty doesn't like Rick. And there's so much with Morty going on there. And when the Morty of that world, the Morty's not of that world, so when he says, you know what, Summer, I'll show you what Rick, the kind of person Rick is, and he takes that Summer to his home world, the one where he killed the Rick, and they just, go there and you see how destroyed the world is, how everyone's eating different types of food, and it's just a disgusting place, and that was a really interesting scene, because you don't really visit the impacts that the Rick has on the world, so when we see that was really interesting. But it was just so much in this episode, man. There's just so much going on here. And it just really surprised me. It really shocked me that I can't believe we got this episode, honestly. I didn't expect us to see this. And it was just so interesting, so unique. We go back to the Council of Ricks, and everyone's there, and they have captured the Morty and Summer. And then, that the Rick that we know and love, he's going to have to come and save them. But he figures out how to take control of this, simulation thing in his brain, so he's now in control. He traps the other guy in there. He starts to jump from body to body to get there. He goes to one of the insect-like creatures. He goes to a few other Ricks. He takes some Ricks, and then he finally gets control. He goes meet his grandkids because he cares about them. We have this intense standoff where he's pretty much saying he'll let that Rick kill Summer because he doesn't care, but he really does care. It was part of the plan, and then when Morty turns the gun on him, that's part of the plan too. Rick's an intelligent guy, but he's really stupid at some points. I think I would love just to have a whole topic about Rick's subconscious and everything he thinks and how he is and how he acts and why he acts like that. I really want to learn more about Rick's past throughout this series, and I think we'll get it. But I don't think we're going to get it for a while, and I know that I think they kind of showed us what actually happened. I do think that actually happened, where his wife and daughter were blown up by one of the other Ricks, and it turned him into this bad guy who doesn't like living, who's tried to kill himself before. But at the end of the episode, he says he's all about finding that, it was like some weird sauce promotion that McDonald's did a while back. I can't remember what kind of sauce it was, but he's all about finding the sauce. And like when Mulan came out, they had a special sauce that he wants to get this sauce. That's his main goal. It's going to take him 9 seasons. It's going to take him this long. That's going to be his story arc. It's going to be his whole story is finding the sauce. And that's how you end the episode. Him and Morty are definitely going to go on more adventures. And, we have Beth and Jerry got in a fight. They're divorcing. And where's Jerry going to go? Do we really care? I don't know. But Jerry's leaving, so yeah, Jerry's not going to be part of the adventures anymore. This episode was so different. I wasn't expecting to see it. It was a nice surprise for me last night when I was watching it. And, I just wanted to talk about it really quick because I think it's important. This show is so unique. It's so different, and it's so smart, and it's so emotional and impactful that I think it's a good watch for anybody who's looking for comedy. But if you want something deeper with more meaning, I think this is a good watch. So let me know what you think of the episode, and we'll talk about it or whatever. Yeah. Good luck.